Hello there, welcome to Standard Voice Television News Channel. I am Svtv. Here are your top stories for today. Recruitment into the Nigerian police force as constable. Buhari gives Kiyamo go-ahead on recruitment of 774,000 jobs. NCDC reports 463 cases totaling 33,616. On business, Nigeria earned $206 billion from petroleum export under Buhari's administration. And on the international scene, Trump administration vows to pressure reverses policy against foreign students. Now the news in details. The Zamfara State Police Command, under the leadership of CPU Usman Nogogo, wishes to inform interested indigenes of the state that recruitment into the Nigerian police force has commenced. In view of this, the command invites application from suitably qualified indigenes of Zamfara State for enlistment into the Nigerian police force as police constables. Applicants must have passion for a career into the Nigerian police force and shall meet some requirements. These are: a candidate must be a Nigerian by birth with authentic national identity number. The candidate must be 17 to 25 years of age and must have an O-level certificate with at least 5 credits, including mathematics and English language, in not more than 2 sitting in West African Senior School Certificate Examination, GCE, NECO, NEPTEC. Other conditions are: a candidate must be of good character and not have been convicted by court of any criminal offense. The House of Representatives has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to direct partial reopening of schools so as to allow students sit for the 2020 West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examinations. The call was made Tuesday at the plenary after a unanimous adoption of a motive moved by a member, Nolim Naji. The development is in tandem with the House Committee on Basic Education and Services, which last Friday faulted the decision by the federal government to suspend the planned then partially reopen schools for students in the transitional classes to write their final external examinations. Specifically, the committee decried the decision to disallow Nigerian pupils for sitting the West African Senior School Certificate Examination to be conducted by the West African Examination Council (WAEC) for the 2019/2020 academic session. President Muhammadu Buhari has dared the National Assembly and given Minister of the State for Labour and Employment, Mr. Festus Kiyamo, the go-ahead with the plan to recruit 774,000 jobs under the Special Public Work Program. Mr. Kiyamo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, confirmed the development on Wednesday. The minister said he has the instructions of President Muhammadu Buhari to proceed unhindered, thereby ignoring the leadership of the National Assembly, which asked the minister to stop the program. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has said that the National Assembly will engage security agencies in the country with a view to upscaling operations in hotspot areas to avert the killing of residents of Kaduna South Senatorial District. Senator Lawan gave the assurance at his remark following a point of order raised by Senator Danju Mala'a, APC Kaduna South, during Tuesday plenary. Senator La'a, while coming under Order 47 of the Senate Standing Rules, lamented the incessant killing of his people in Kaduna South by suspected armed bandits. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the newly reconstituted Board of Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas and Boni Gas Transport Limited. The Ministers of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timothy Silva, made the disclosure in a statement in Abuja on Monday. He said that the current board members had been in office since 2005, hence the need for new people to bring new ideas in the system. President Muhammadu Buhari, who doubled as African Union Anti-Corruption Champion in Africa, firmly assures all Nigerians that he will not be detained by baseless criticism by the opposition of his determination to eradicate rampant chronic corruption. Fielding questions from State House correspondents on issues raised by People's Democratic Party (PDP) since the beginning of interrogation of suspended acting EFCC chairman Ibrahim Magu, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, said the volume and reach of the anti-corruption crusade so far reflects what the PDP left behind. Malam Shehu said corruption became so normalized by the PDP that they had difficulty defining what is corruption and theft. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has reported 463 cases of COVID-19 in the country, bringing the total number of cases to 33,616. The agency made this known in its daily tweet, saying that Lagos State recorded the highest number of cases with 128, while Kwara State had 92, and Enugu 39 cases of the infection. Other states include Delta with 33 cases, Edo 29, Plateau 28, Kaduna 23, Oyo 15, Ogun and Osun 14 cases each, among other states. The total number of cases discharged is now 13,792, while the death figure is now 754. Premium Times had on Saturday reported that 280 soldiers had exited the Nigerian army for loss of interest. Although the army denied the report, the newspaper asserted it. Moving the motion at the House on Tuesday, Mr. Mongono said that the Nigerian army, which was founded in 1960, is in the largest component of the Nigerian armed forces. He said that the Nigerian army has a staff strength of about 200,000 soldiers saddled with the responsibility of taking charge of a land warfare operations as well as protect and defeat the territorial integrity of the nation. The lawmaker said that on June 22nd, a lance corporal in the Nigerian army, Martin Adikpini, in a video on social media, condemned the attitude of the chief of army staff toward the attack and killing of innocent Nigerians and soldiers. He said that the officer also frowned that the untold hardship soldiers face while conducting combat operations. It is with great sorrow that the Nigerian Air Force regretfully announces the unfortunate demise of flying officer Tolulope Arotel, who died on 14 July 2020 as a result of head injuries sustained from a road traffic accident at NAV Base Kaduna. Until her death, flying officer Aritol, who was commissioned into the NAV in September 2017 as a member of Nigerian Defense Academy Regular Course 64, was the first ever female combat helicopter pilot in the service. During her short but emphatic stay in the service, late Aritol, who hails from Ife in Jomu local government area of Kogi State, contributed significantly to the efforts to rid the north-central state of armed bandits and other criminal elements by flying several combat missions under Operation Gamma Aiki in Mina, Niger State. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abakar, on behalf of officers, airwomen, and civilian staff of the NAV, commiserates with the family of late flying officer Aritol over this irreparable loss. He prayed that the Almighty God grants her soul eternal peace. On business, Nigeria, the largest oil exporter in Africa, got revenue valued at $206.06 billion from petroleum export from 2015 to 2019, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has said. A breakdown is contained by the organization's 2020 annual statistical bulletin published on its site. According to the publication, the country's oil export revenue fell in 2016 to $27.29 billion from $41.17 billion in 2015, tipping Nigeria into recession. Oil revenue later improved in 2017 to $37.98 billion, and by the time Nigeria's economy came out of recession in 2018, oil revenue later improved in 2017 to $37.98 billion. By the time Nigeria's economy came out of recession in 2018, the revenue jumped to $54.51 billion. Although the revenue fell to $45.11 billion last year, Nigeria was the fifth biggest revenue earner in OPEC for the same year. And on the international scene, the United States has rescinded its recent immigration policy requiring foreign students to leave the country if all their classes were to be taught online. U.S. District Judge in Massachusetts, Alison Broj announced this on Tuesday at a court hearing on a suit filed by two higher institutions against the policy. Mr. Broj said the government has reached a settlement with the plaintiffs, Harvard University, and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to revert back the status quo. The policy reversal comes exactly a week after it was announced and a day before the government's deadline for universities to submit a change of plan by Wednesday. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Recruitment into the Nigerian police force as constable. Buhari gives Kiyamo go-ahead on recruitment of 774,000 jobs. NCDC reports 463 cases totaling 33,616. On business, Nigeria earned $206 billion from petroleum export under Buhari's administration. And on the international scene, Trump administration boasts to pressure reverses policy against foreign students. That has been the news. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs, Ibrahim Gabatanal, I am Fawzia Ibrahim. Have a nice day.